Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Catching the Facts podcast here on the Catching the Facts official podcast network. I'm your host, Dan Sisk.
And I'm Eric Schroeder.
And a little bit of a soft week in terms of games last weekend. So we had week 4 of the NCAA and we had week 3 of the NFL. And not a lot really happened, Eric. I don't know about you, but watching the games over those 48 hours was a little uneventful.
Yeah.
Largely because both of our teams were off. A lot of teams were off this week, so not a ton happened, but we did scrape together 5 games to talk with you guys about. So we have Illinois, Indiana, we have Auburn, Oklahoma, we have Clemson, Syracuse, we have Cleveland and Green Bay, and we have Detroit and Baltimore. So we have 3 NCAA and 2 NFL games to talk to you guys about this week, and it'll be fun. So, Eric, you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, so we're going to start off with Indiana and Illinois, and my God, I think Illinois fans are probably still drinking themselves to sleep right now.
Yeah, I would assume so. Indiana at home kills Illinois 63-10 in the ranked matchup.
Yeah,
I believe Illinois was ranked like 9th in the country.
they were.
And then Illinois was ranked 19th. We know Indiana's good. I mean, they made the playoffs last year and made a decent run. But I mean, nobody expected them to come in and do this. 63-10 against Illinois. Illinois, yeah, they're not like that good. Obviously, I mean, clearly overrated. But
Yeah.
63-10, that's really bad.
I mean, I think we were kind of both expecting like a 28-24. You
Yeah. Oh
know,
yeah. I thought it was
win
gonna
in
be an
either
actual
direction.
good game.
Yeah, I don't think either of us expected a blowout. I mean, this was
No.
over. This was over halfway through the second quarter. I mean, this was
Yeah.
such a letdown. I was expecting a much better game. I was expecting a game that would be relatively entertaining, and what I got was unwatchable.
Yeah.
um, Indiana. I mean, their offense. I really don't know. I know Fernando Mendoza had an excellent game, 21 for 23, 267 passing yards, and 5 TDs with no picks. That's an incredible game. But I don't really know, to be honest with you, Eric, where Indiana starts and where Illinois ends. Like, I have no idea if it's Illinois' defense or Indiana's offense. If I had to guess based on Kurt Signetti's track record last year, I'm going to guess it's Illinois' defense, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I mean, look, their defense did look great. I mean,
It did.
they only allowed they're allowed 2 rushing yards.
Good God.
So,
2. Think about that. 2
yeah.
rushing yards.
I mean, but that's minus, the -27 that Luke Altmaier got, but
Yeah.
still, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I just, for me, and obviously, feel free to disagree, but for me, Indiana's always, just a massive overachiever. Like, they aren't a great team. They play Oregon, I believe not next week, but the week after.
yeah.
Because obviously they have Penn State next week, or they play Oregon the week after. I think Oregon is just absolutely going to steamroll them. I think this team is fine, but they are not what they were last year. I don't care what the score was. This team has a little less. I don't even know what the word is, Eric. I guess unity, for lack of a better phrase, lack of a better term. I just they more so than last year. They scream, a 3-loss team to me. I think they lose to Oregon. Looking at their schedule, I think they lose to Oregon. I think they lose to Penn State, and I do not think they're going to make the Big Ten championship game. I just don't see it. I don't think this team has what it takes to get over the hump. Um, I'm not seeing it.
Do you think they make the playoffs?
Ooh, I don't know. Oklahoma, we're going to talk about them in a couple minutes here. They might be legit.
Yeah.
And that's obviously going to take up a spot from Indiana, right? So, if they do, they're going to sneak in by the skin of their teeth. They are going to it'll be 11 or 12. I don't think they make the top 10.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't. I don't. As for Illinois, I mean, it was a little weird seeing them so highly ranked in the early weeks of the season because they had never shown anything resembling a competitive football team. And so I never fully bought into that hype, but man, I mean, that's an embarrassing loss if I've ever seen one, dude. That is like,
Yeah.
that is like, that is being firmly told you are not legit, you
Oh,
know?
yeah, 100%.
Um, I think in terms of looking at that schedule, they have USC and OSU. And I think both of those are gonna be losses. I think there's a good chance they even lose to Wisconsin. That game's at Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's not an easy game because Wisconsin's a pretty tough place to play actually. So I'm seeing a 3-loss team there. And they might be ranked 20, 21, 22, somewhere in there by the end of the season, but they're going to be a non-factor come Christmas time, so
Yeah,
I
100%. I mean, they would have to pull off a miracle with beating all these ranked teams, and it's just not gonna happen after what we just saw.
yeah.
So,
I think the beatdown, honestly, would keep them out of the playoff even if they finished with only one loss. I think it was that bad of a loss, dude. I really do. I don't think you
mm,
can overcome that.
I don't know though, because if they beat Ohio State, it's like,
You have more. Who are we kidding? They're not going to beat Ohio State. I'm
No,
not.
yeah,
Even gonna,
definitely
I'm
not.
not even going to. I think we're wasting our time talking about hypotheticals. Illinois is going nowhere.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, 100%.
Illinois.
Yeah.
We're trying to be nice, but they're not legit. Let's
No,
call it like
no.
we see it.
They just got exposed on national top.
Let's call it like we see it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. In terms of Indiana, I mean, I don't know, man. I just think we've been here before. They go into Notre Dame last year in the first round, and it's over by halftime, and it automatically proved that they weren't a truly legitimate team. Um, and I suspect that this year, if they sneak in, would be the exact same thing. So congrats to the Indiana fans. That is a top 10 victory. Good for you. But I'm not gonna get excited or even intrigued because I feel we both know how that ends.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, even if they do make the playoffs, they're not getting far, and even with their schedule, it's not easy. I mean, they have to go to Eugene and play Oregon. It's gonna be tough. That's a tough spot to play on the road. Then they go to Penn State. I mean, it's a tough schedule. I mean, obviously, it's gonna be tough, but
Yeah,
I could see them still finishing with 2 losses in those ranked games, which are huge.
exactly. But if your two losses are against the ranked teams, then it's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah,
Like
I
you're
mean, as
not.
long as they don't lose 63-10 like Illinois just did, then they should be perfectly fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I feel this game was just kind of honestly more vindictive against Illinois,
yeah.
showing that they're fraudulent. They just are. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, because we know what Indiana can do. I mean, they made the playoffs last year. I mean, yeah, they didn't do that good, but still, they made the playoffs. And Illinois being ranked as high as they were, there's some teams like that out there, and I'm glad they're finally getting exposed because we don't need some like stupid teams in the top 10. Like it should be the top 10 teams in the country, not oh, like no team that should be ranked in the top 10 should be losing 60-10 and then falling to 23. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
just that's just not how it works. It's stupid that they were ranked that high, because they didn't really do anything last year. They made, like, the Citrus Bowl or something, and I think they won, but still.
No, they're not serious.
No,
They're
no.
not serious. Yeah. we're in agreement. I mean, I think both of us were just like, yeah, Illinois is whatever.
You're right.
I think we both kind of just went on our merry way.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I suspect we're not even going to talk about Illinois for the rest of the season, but I could be wrong. I might be wrong about that, but my gut tells me that their season's pretty much over in terms of being relevant.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's a huge win for Indiana. I mean, they jumped way up. They jumped 8
Yeah.
spots to 11.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I think obviously, Oregon, Penn State, that back to back, that's their test, That's it.
Mhm.
That's their season.
Yeah.
So it's all about those two games, and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. That's all I have on that game. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, so one of the more, I would say, definitely the most interesting game of the week we're going to talk about next. This is number 22 Auburn visiting number 11 Oklahoma. Eric, what do you have on that one?
Yeah. So Auburn goes into Oklahoma and loses 17-24. And it was a great game. That's Auburn's first loss. Oklahoma remains undefeated as they move up to 7. They move up 4 spots in the AP poll. Um, great game. Good win for Oklahoma for sure.
Yeah.
Um, they I mean,
They have a
honestly,
defense.
they've had it. Yeah, they do,
Oklahoma
man. They've
has a
had a
defense.
great
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, they've had a great start to the season with beating Michigan that first week in a great game and another good defensive game. And it's just a change from last year because like you were saying, they had no defense last year. I mean, they let up so many points, and even on offense, they were kind of lackluster. They just really weren't that good last year. I mean, yeah, they beat Alabama, but I mean, come on, it's Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're starting to come around, and I don't think their next test would be Texas, I guess, and I think it's gonna be a good game, but I don't think they're gonna win. But no, but this was a good game, and it was definitely fun to watch. I mean, it's just such a change of pace from because normally you watch Oklahoma, they're letting up 30 points to some random team,
Yeah.
and they're on edge, but defense played great, and that's really all I can say.
Yeah, I co-sign with everything you just said about their schedule. That schedule's brutal, but in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. So tough, like you're gonna have to play those teams.
Yeah.
And so I obviously those road games in particular at Tennessee. That's a tough one. But we'll see. We'll see where Oklahoma goes. Honestly, my big takeaway was their defense is finally here. I feel like
Yeah,
I've been waiting
yeah,
for years for Brent Venables to finally take what his skill set was at Clemson and translate it to the head coaching position that he's held at Oklahoma for a number of years at this point. I want to say he's been here for 3 or 4 years now. I might be wrong about that. Um, but he's been there a good amount of time, and you need to start showing results. I'm finally seeing them. Oklahoma, that's a big program. That's a big deal program. They love their football there at that university, and he has been underperforming for a good amount of time, and he's finally turning it around. So good for him. Um, I think this was one of his biggest victories for the program to date. To be honest with you, I think it was a really, really big deal. Their quarterback did get hurt. John
yeah,
Mateer, he
yeah. That
broke his
was
hand,
yeah,
which is gonna be, he's out for a month. And as you just said, I don't remember who they play next week. I know it's not a big team, but after that is when the schedule starts getting tough. So he's gonna miss a couple of the big games. That's a pretty sizable loss. I mean, John Mateer wasn't amazing. He was 24 for 36, 271 passing yards, 1 TD, and no picks. A couple rushing yards on top of that. So he didn't have an amazing game, but he definitely commanded the pocket well, and let the defense do what they needed to do. Um, we'll see how that affects Oklahoma moving forward. But that's definitely an injury that's going to play a factor against Texas here in a few weeks, Eric.
yeah, 100%. This sucks. um,
Yeah.
yeah, because they, like you said, they're finally turning the program around, even on defense, and we know they have a good offense. They can compete, but I mean, yes, it's gonna obviously hurt their passing game, but I think it's also gonna hurt their running game. He's a dual threat quarterback, and even this week he led the team in rushing yards, and with a touchdown. So these running backs, Troy Blaylock, he's gonna have to step it, Tory Blaylock, he's gonna have to step it up. 11 carries for 13 yards against Auburn. Like, Auburn's good; they're not what they used to be, but
Yeah.
it's that's not what you want to see. So, if they can start, because obviously they're probably gonna run the ball a little bit more now with Mateer being out, but if they can't get the run game going, it's gonna be tough, especially against a defense like Texas.
Yeah. I'm going to be very curious to see if this Oklahoma defense can do what other teams have done to Arch Manning. You know,
Yeah,
can
yeah,
this defense stop him? Um,
yeah.
with all due respect to Auburn, I don't like Auburn because I'm a Georgia fan, but I'm trying to be, neutral. That program is not what it used to be. They have rarely been at the top of the sport, but I think we can both agree that they've definitely been relevant, right? Even if they aren't like one of the
Yes.
best teams.
Yeah,
they're-
they'll have a couple like a game or 2 a year that's, like, good, close enough with top contenders where it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
this one. I mean, like this one.
yeah, and there, honestly, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
That doesn't mean you're a bad program. But they have been unable to get over the hump consistently. I mean, they had that amazing walk up victory against Alabama, what 10, 15 years ago when Cam was there. But they have yet to have a lot of iconic moments. So good for Oklahoma. I do think that this was a critical game for their defense to prove itself. But against Arch Manning, who had a great game this past week against a nobody opponent, so he can beat up on the bad teams. We've learned. Can he do anything against that Oklahoma defense, and can that defense stop him? That's going to be really, really interesting to watch. Because honestly, I can see it going either way. I can see Manning figuring it out and annihilating that defense, and I can see that defense bottling him up. I truly don't know which way that's going to go. I think that game's a crapshoot, which is what makes it fun to watch, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, Arch Manning, I mean, he played good this week, but he didn't play anybody, so it's not that big of a deal. I don't really care.
Exactly. Yeah, I
I
agree.
I mean, yeah, he's good, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. He hasn't really proved him to me at least that he's an elite quarterback or even honestly that he's not that good.
I
So,
agree. I agree, but he's still,
he's
he was a
young. He's
preseason Heisman.
young.
Yeah, he was a
It's
preseason
early.
Heisman favorite. He's a pretty good dual threat. He can
Yeah.
run the ball. Like you still have to prep for him. I agree with you that I think
No, no.
I completely agree with you that I think he's hopelessly overrated, but you still have to prep for him. So,
Yeah.
um, that game's going to be really, really interesting. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. And as for Auburn, I mean, valiant effort. I don't know. I mean, you didn't embarrass yourselves. I
I
guess
mean,
that.
look,
I
it
guess
could have
that.
been way worse, and
Yeah,
we're being an unranked team, even though it's Auburn. I mean, you don't really have too much expectations going into a top ranked team like this. But
yeah. Jackson Arnold is fine. He's passable, but he's not going to get you over the hump. And I think everyone kind of knew that. Um, I mean, yeah, their season. Since Gus Malzahn left, they just have not been able to get back to where they were. And they have a rough schedule too. I'm looking at it now. At A&M, Georgia at home, Missouri at home, and then at Vanderbilt. I mean that's and Alabama at home too. So you got I would
yeah,
guess I'm gonna guess 3 losses right there.
yeah,
I'm gonna guess 3 losses right there. I would guess that they're going to. I mean, Vanderbilt they can beat Alabama, they can beat Missouri, but they're just not on par with A&M and Georgia. They're just not. So yeah, okay season for them. They're really stuck. They're tough. They're stuck in a tough conference, Eric. I mean, it's really hard for the mid tier teams in the SEC to compete with the big boys in that conference. Just like it's tough for the Indianas of the world to compete with the Ohio States and Penn States. It's just a different animal.
yeah,
It's just gonna be hard for Auburn, but valiant effort against a good opponent, and Oklahoma. They opened my eyes, dude. I'm definitely gonna keep an eye
yeah,
on them.
100%.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Texas game. That's gonna be a really, really interesting watch in a couple weeks here.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's all I have on that game. What about you?
yeah. That's all I got.
Okay, so you ready to laugh?
Yeah,
I'm ready to laugh. So we have Syracuse visiting Clemson. Eric, what do you have on that one?
yeah. Syracuse wins it. Once again, see, I feel like a broken record talking about Clemson losing every week, but
Right?
they can't stop. They win it 34-21 on the road. I mean, what is going on with this program, man? They really fell off the face of the earth. Um, I think Dabo Swinney's he's still. I mean, yes, he's using the transfer portal now, but scheming wise, I feel he's trying to still run like an old playbook
Yeah.
almost. It seems like, and just lackluster plays, bad calls on offense. He's just not calling a good game.
Yeah.
And Cade Klubnik is good. I mean, but I mean, they passed it 60 times. Like,
Sick.
you're not gonna, and yeah, like, you can look at this. Yeah, he had 363 yards and 3 touchdowns. That looks like a great game. He
Until
passed
you
it
see
60
that he threw
times,
the ball 60 times.
and he only completed 37 of them. Like, it's just ridiculous, and they have to change something scheming wise. I mean, obviously you can't fire Dabo Swinney just yet,
No.
but it's really eye opening and alarming if I'm a Clemson fan.
Yeah, guys, I guess I'll just say this. Over the last, in the days after the games air, Eric and I are texting back and forth trying to figure out what games we want to talk about for the show. And every single week, I'm like trying to figure out which games to talk about because I don't want to just repeat myself, right? I want to talk about different things. I don't want to just talk about Penn State every week because that would get boring. I don't want to talk about Pitt every week because that would get boring. I want to talk about a bunch of different things. So, like, you'll notice we aren't talking about Miami, Florida. Miami jumped up to the top 4 because of that victory, but we had nothing to add about Miami or Florida, guys. Like those two teams are exactly what we thought they were. And so Eric and we take it very seriously to, like, add some variety to this show. But Clemson was the one program where I was just like, we have to repeat ourselves. There's nothing else we can do. We have to just beat this program into the ground. I mean, it's embarrassing. It's hard to watch, dude. It's hard to
Yeah,
watch. I can't watch this team. I swear I tried. I tried on Saturday to, like, I was by myself at my house because my parents were going up to we're at Seven Springs for the weekend, and I was planning some things with friends, and so I didn't go up there. I was at the house by myself, so I was like, oh, great, I get to be by myself and watch some football. I get to have some fun, and I turned on this game, and Eric, I was dead inside.
yeah,
I couldn't watch it, man. I mean, it was painful to watch. I co-sign with everything you said. Dabo Swinney is behind the times. Literally, I am hard pressed to find a more offense that is uninspired. That is as
yeah.
uninspired as this group is.
I mean,
Cade Klubnik looks like he's going through the motions.
yeah,
He looks like he's going through the motions in training camp. And in training camp, you're going to have what? Basically a 50-50 passer rating. You're going to make something. You're going to make half. You're going to not make half because you're just going to repeatedly throw the ball. It looked like he was in training camp. A 37 for 60 stat line. That is average work at best, and that's being nice. I mean, they are so uninspired. They are behind the times in terms of both the kinds of players they're getting because as you mentioned, they're not really utilizing the transfer portal, and they aren't. They're behind the times in terms of scheming. He's not adapting to
yeah,
the modern quarterback. And I mean, I can't think of a team that's more representative of that than Syracuse because Syracuse feel like they're reinventing themselves every year.
yeah,
So I just Syracuse is not a very good team, and to do that at home against that team, I mean, dude, it's over. I don't think Clemson
yeah.
at this rate. I don't think they're going to win another ACC title under Dabo Swinney.
Yeah, no, not at this rate. This is a new low for them.
It really is.
It's a terrible look. I mean, yeah, you can talk about UNC being bad. But like, UNC has really never been a football school. They've been more of a basketball school.
Exactly.
Clemson, they're a football school, man, and
They are.
these fans don't want to see this. I mean, it's horrible. Yeah, he's behind the times. And he's got to just get with the program. I don't know what has to change. And I think honestly, one of the first things that has to change is he's got to stop running his mouth to the media
Oh my
after
god.
the game. He'll get on
Green.
he'll get on the podium and he'll say, "Oh, this is why we like lost, and oh, we do this, and we're gonna get better." And it's just, nothing's changing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lying to these fans almost, it seems like, and
He's a
like
fr he's, he's committing perjury by just
yeah, like, he's like, "Oh, yeah, it'll get better, we're gonna this moment will make us better," and they're just not turning the corner. It's really bad. It's a bad look for Swinney, and then it's even a bad look for the program. 'Cause, I mean, he's a good coach.
Yeah,
He's just in a really, really bad slump right now, and all eyes are on him because it's Clemson, and they're
yeah,
supposed to be good.
yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I've
in
not
other news,
oh,
I
yeah,
guess
go
Syracuse was fined because they were, like, faking injuries.
Yeah, like,
Uh
I thought we were going to, like, fix that issue. I mean, I know the NFL is cracking down on it harder, but I thought college I mean, after what Ole Miss did last year, I mean, that nothing's gonna be worse than that, but those Syracuse fake injuries, I think I only saw, like, one of them. There were a couple I missed, but the one I saw was embar it was like, "Come on, man." Like like, you are not fooling anyone. I mean, Syracuse, I mean, are we buying into them as a potential ACC contender? I mean, in a world with Miami and Georgia Tech, I doubt it. But I mean, is there potential there? Do you see that?
they're turning the corner. I don't think they're there just yet. I mean, they've been going through quarterbacks really quickly these past couple of years,
They
and
have been.
just kind of getting guys to adapt with even Kyle McCord, him leaving.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, they have a new. It seems like you said, they're rebranding every year almost, and they are.
yeah,
Because if these guys in like a school with Syracuse, they're not a powerhouse, so they're not going to get these guys to stay. You know, if like Steve Angeli comes out, he throws for 500 yards or something like every game, he's not staying at Syracuse because they're not going to win anything.
yeah. Like Trevor Pena was their number one receiver last year, and he was all ACC, and he immediately leaves for Penn State in the portal.
Exactly.
You
So
know,
it's
like
really
it's gonna be
tough.
really hard. Yeah,
It's really tough for these not smaller schools, but less prominent schools
yeah,
to
mid to schools. Yeah.
to keep players. So
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, they look like a three-loss team, and for Syracuse, I think that's amazing. I mean, that
yeah.
for if I'm a Syracuse football fan, a three-loss season is remarkable. So, good for them. That is a honestly, I don't care how bad Clemson is playing. Winning at Clemson's a big deal.
Yeah, and I mean it's an
So,
ACC win.
yeah, so good for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would guess we're gonna be. I will hope we're done talking about Clemson this year, but
They just keep finding
definitely
new ways to surprise us.
yeah, I mean, the next couple weeks, unless we want to torture ourselves with talking about the North Carolina game, um, I don't know. I mean, North Carolina after what happened last week against UCF, I don't. I feel
Yeah,
that
after
game.
after what's happened all year with them.
Yeah, I feel that game's gonna be hard to watch. I'm probably not even gonna bother trying to watch it, if we're being honest. So yeah, Clemson, it's over. No, let's go. No, it's over. I mean, come on. Like you know it, I know it. It's done. It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all I have on that game. What about you?
Yeah, that is all I got.
Okay, guys, so that's it for the NCAA. Again, not a lot happened because it was a lot of teams were off this week. So, but there was still some entertainment value in the games that were there.
Yeah, and some laughable factor at
Some
one.
laughable elements too. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Okay, so the two big NFL games of the week. Side note, I guess we're not talking about the Steelers. That game sucked. It was not fun to watch. That team, they're gonna as we discussed, they're gonna sneak their way to 9-8. I mean, it's that team is just so frustrating to watch. I don't know. They're not even worth talking about if we're being totally frank. Um, but yeah, the two big games that we wanted to talk about was a pretty sizable upset, man. Green Bay visiting Cleveland. What was going on there?
Yeah, so Cleveland wins it on a last-second field goal with a blocked field goal as well. 10-13 at home. I mean, this is a huge upset.
It
We were
is.
talking about Green Bay a few weeks ago, I think, and we were saying that they were going to be NFC favorites. I mean, they look like the best team in the NFC right now with the addition of Micah Parsons. But they really and arguably one of the worst teams in the league, the Cleveland Browns. they didn't look that good at all. You know,
No.
it's a huge wake up call for them,
Yeah.
but great win for the Browns. You know, getting Quinshon Judkins back is huge. Obviously he was suspended,
Yeah.
but I mean, 18 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown for him. That's good. You know, it's what you want to see out of your rookie running back, and he's honestly getting off to a hot start because this running back class doesn't look too great. Genty's struggling. Obviously, he has a terrible situation, but
Yeah.
Genty's struggling. Omarion Hampton finally gets it going after Najee gets hurt, but I mean, Cam Skadaboo's good, but
Yeah.
I think Quinshon could honestly make a case for one of the best rookie running backs in the class so far.
I agree with you because Scatterboo looks fine. You know, Scatterboo's playing well, but he's not a game changer. And I'm not saying Judkins is either, but I honestly I think Judkins has the potential to be,
Right,
which
and
is a big statement. I recognize I'm off one game, but still.
yeah, look, I mean, he was great in college, but I think Judkins he's just in a better situation.
Yeah.
Um, you know, because I mean, look, as of right now, he's the RB1.
Yeah.
So now
And
Scadaboo,
honestly, go. Sorry.
Scadaboo, he's like growing into that role slowly, but I mean, right off the bat, he gets eight. You know, Judkins gets 18 carries, so it's
Yeah.
a sizable difference.
Yeah, and honestly, Flacco is not that bad. Joe Flacco is not
No,
that
dude,
bad. He never
no.
was. And look, is he going to win you anything? Of course not. Of course not, especially not at this point in his career. But for the sheer volume of backups that team has had, I know Flacco's the has been the number one since opening week. But for all the basically glorified backups that team has had since Baker left, Flacco has not been that bad. I mean, the team likes him. The
Yeah,
team rallies around him. He provides a much needed veteran presence. A
yes.
presence that honestly veterans like Miles Garrett cannot provide the kind of insight that veterans like Flacco do. So Flacco's extremely important to that locker room, and you can tell. You know, they respond well to him in the pocket, even though he isn't playing great, and that just shows you the kind of leader he is. You know, like he's never going to make the flashy play, but he will provide a presence that you need to win games. And he upset one of the top contenders in the NFC this year. So, I mean that's a big deal. As for Jordan Love on the other side, uh, pretty good game. He kind of looked like for me, this was like a prototypical Jordan Love game where he makes a lot of plays outside of the pocket that are extremely difficult to make, and you applaud them. But when the time comes, he has a brain fart here and there, and he just can't make the play.
Yeah, we've seen it happen a lot, even last year.
Yeah,
Um, but he'll be fine. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's still young. He'll learn.
yeah,
You know, this is a good learning experience for him, losing to a team like the Browns who aren't that good.
yeah.
So, um, both of these teams' receivers aren't that good.
No,
I mean, the Browns really struggle. They have a drop issue at the moment. You know, especially with Jerry Jeudy, he's dropping everything, and
yeah,
that's why Flacco has so many picks right now. Is just because they're tipping it up into their hands every time. It's just, but
yeah.
this
None of
was a
them are
good
his
game.
fault.
I mean, but yeah, exactly. Like both of these two top, you know, I mean, I don't know if the Browns are a top defense, but I mean, Miles Garrett, he makes a presence anywhere. He's like TJ Watt and obviously Michael Parsons as well with the trade, but I mean, I, I don't know. Michael Parsons is always in the conversation of defensive player of the year. I don't know. I still think TJ Watt and both Miles Garrett are better than him.
I would argue Max Crosby is better than him.
Yeah.
I really would, man. What has Micah Parsons done in the playoffs?
Not
Exactly. There
yeah,
you
yeah.
go. I just you answered it with your lack of words. He does nothing. He's done nothing when it counts. Like that's how I judge you, man. TJ Watt, we can look. TJ Watt hasn't won a playoff game yet. So if you want to use that argument against TJ Watt, I'm cool with that. If you want to use that argument against Max Crosby, I'm cool with that too because the Raiders haven't done anything. But I mean, Parsons has had a lot of opportunities and chances at this point to level up to like, I know that these are big words, but like Lawrence Taylor level, and he has not done it. And I mean, it, for the highest paid non QB in NFL history, I'm sorry, but you got to be on Lawrence Taylor level. Like you just have to. And I know that's to an extent a ridiculous request, but I really feel his salary dictates that.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously he's good. I mean, he's a great player, but
Yes, he's very good.
he's been in the league for what, 5 or what, 4 years now, and I mean, he hasn't won a DPOY. He's always in the conversation, but he's
Yeah,
not getting that next step. So, I mean, he's got tough competition with Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, even Max Crosby. We can throw him in there. Why not?
yeah,
And he's just honestly, I don't think he's up to their level. Yes, he's a game wrecker. He makes this Packers team way better than they would be.
uh huh,
But I just don't think he can get to that next step, and be better than TJ Watt or Myles Garrett. I mean, Myles and all of these guys are great players. They step in the game and immediately change it.
yes,
But I just don't think he's there. I don't know what he has to do. He just has to. I mean, he just has to play better because he's not.
yeah,
I mean, he's not playing that good, to be completely honest with you. And
yeah. I
he,
mean,
he just has, he just has to do more.
yeah, like I mean, in college, they were saying that he could have played cornerback if he really wanted to. Like he's when he's on, he's so freaking good and he's so fast. But I mean, against the Browns, you're non-existent. I mean, I just you can't
Yeah.
look past that, man. You can't.
No, that's a big one, and I'm glad you pointed it out because I mean the Browns' offensive line, they have issues. And
Yeah,
Joe Flacco, he's not a mobile quarterback. He's like 90 years old,
yeah,
so it's like, and you don't get to him once. I mean, they didn't sack him once. He had 2 tackles. That's basically enough. I can go out there and get 2 tackles. I
yeah,
mean, it's just like it's horrible, and I'm not saying he's a bad player. It's one game, but it's against one of the worst teams in the league where you should be making a presence.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Um,
completely agree. I completely agree. I just, there's something off, man. There's something
yeah.
off. I can't. It's hard for me to really put it into words. But there's just something off about him, and he has the ability. So I don't know what's going on, but the Packers. This was an embarrassing loss, man. This was an
It was.
embarrassing loss. They're gonna at Dallas. They're gonna win that game because let's be fair. Parsons is gonna turn it on in front of that Dallas crowd, in front of Jerry Jones. He is going to pour his blood, sweat, and tears, and he's gonna have 2 sacks. I'm calling it now. He's gonna pour everything he can into that performance, and they're gonna win that game. But the Packers, I mean, they have they're gonna have to play the Eagles and the Vikings and a lot of other competitive teams, and so we'll see where they go because that's a loss I don't think either of us saw coming.
No, definitely not. Especially, I mean, how the Browns have been playing. I mean, they've been playing terrible.
Yeah,
Especially now. I mean, as just last week, because the Bengals' offense is good, but Jamar has honestly gotten off to a pretty slow start, in my opinion. But
yeah,
like, I mean, they've played the Bengals, Ravens, and the Packers, 3 elite teams, and they got the Lions. I mean, it's not an easy schedule. Obviously, you're in the NFL, but um, and I didn't think they would get their first win against the Packers.
no. I don't think, yeah, no, I don't think anyone did. I mean, let's be real. The Browns aren't really going anywhere with Lamar in the division and Aaron Rodgers in the division. I mean, you would have to squeeze into the second wild card, and that's not going to happen given the other divisions in the AFC. So,
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough, and Joe Burrow's injury helps everybody in the AFC North.
of
Or
course, of course, of
um,
course. But I don't. I'm just saying. I think the Ravens are obviously better, and I think that
oh yeah,
well, we'll get to them in a couple minutes. They're going through some growing pains, but the Ravens are better. I think the Steelers are a little better, not by much, but a little better. And so I think the Browns are definitely locked for third in the division with Burrow's injury.
yeah.
Um, and I don't think that's going to be enough for. I don't think that's going to be enough for the Browns to really make some noise. I don't.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't think
But
so.
yeah, good, decent win
But
for them.
no, I mean, I would say there's, I mean, I don't know. I can't even say trending upwards because I mean
No,
they don't I mean they
they're the
they don't
Cleveland
do
Browns.
Yeah,
If you say
exactly,
that on
but
the no, if you say that about the Cleveland Browns, I won't invite you back on this show.
they beat the
I mean,
Steelers
I
in the
don't have
playoffs
to
2 weeks
invite
ago.
you. You are the co-host, but you wouldn't co-host anymore. I would cut you out.
You just wait till they
uh,
play the Steelers. Just wait till they play the Steelers.
yeah, really. Yeah, really. I don't know. I don't think we can say that about the Browns, man. They're just, I mean, they have one of the worst owners in the sport. That's a whole other can of worms that we're not going to open right now, but, they're just, yeah. Good for Flacco. I never even hated him when he was in Baltimore, to be honest with you. So, I don't feel, good for him. I mean, that's a good win in front of the fans. So,
Yeah, it is, yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, it was
That's
an
all I have on
entertaining
that.
game, it was a great game.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely. That's all I have on that
yeah.
one. What about you?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and then last game, guys. So the Monday night game, which we knew would be good, but I don't think we expected how good that it would be. So Detroit visiting Baltimore. Erica, what was going on there?
Yeah, great game, offensive shootout if I've ever seen one. 38-30, Detroit wins it. Um, I mean, both these offenses are we know they're legit. I mean, we know Lamar's amazing, and I mean he's shaky at some points. Well, I mean, clearly,
Yeah,
but in the playoffs he's not that good. But I mean, look, these were just two star-studded teams just going at it, and it was so entertaining to watch.
yeah,
Um, but defensively, not good for either of these teams, and both these teams should have good defenses.
yeah, yeah, man. The Lions have given up at least 21 points in all three of their games this year. You can really
Yeah.
feel Ben Johnson's loss. It is. It's bad. I mean, the only reason they're honestly still winning games is because the offense figured out what they were doing after week one, and they've just been scoring a boatload of points ever since. That's the only reason they've been winning these games. Their defense has not been good. I don't know if they're like the worst in the conference or anything like that, but they're rough. You can really feel Ben Johnson's loss. They miss him. Um, as for Baltimore, it they might have the worst defense in the AFC. Their defense is anemic. They couldn't stop anything. I mean, eh, Jared Goff didn't even have like a great game. But he was making all the throws when he needed to, and then David Montgomery had one of the best games of his career. I mean, Baltimore couldn't stop anything.
No.
Anything. It was
No. They couldn't, and Lamar got sacked 7 times
oh god.
also. I
Woo!
mean, it was bad. I mean, it's just like and the Ravens, I mean, they still almost won the game. So, it's just
Yeah.
like and
Yeah. The
also
Ravens are looking sketchy right now, man.
yeah. Aiden Hutchinson, he's a great player. I mean, he had a sack and 2 tackles, and obviously the forced fumble on Derrick Henry, which that's another thing. Derrick Henry, he's been struggling so far this
Yep.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting yards and, he's tied for 3rd with touchdowns with only 3, but still, it doesn't matter. He has 3 fumbles.
Yeah.
So,
Awful.
yeah,
Awful. Three
horrible.
fumbles in 3 games, and two of them are in the fourth quarter, right? I mean
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
really, really bad.
yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just like he's an elite running back and everyone knows it, but
yeah.
if these fumbles I don't know, he would but, John he would never be sat, ever. You can't sit Derrick Henry, but
You can't, no. And he said in the post game locker room interview that he was going to do everything he could to fix the issue.
yeah,
I mean, what else are you gonna do, man? I mean, like you have to figure it out. I mean that
yeah,
Ravens team is honestly their first round exit without him.
yeah,
I mean, they really are. So he has to figure it out. And I just I have faith that they're going to figure it out. Um, I'm not counting out the Ravens just yet. I know it's popular to do so. ESPN has been doing that all day today in reaction to this game, and I can kind of see where they're coming from. But I right now I am not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to drink that Kool-Aid and hate on the Ravens. My gut tells me they turn it around.
They will. They'll be fine. I mean, and for even the Lions, they'll be fine as well. Both these teams they're good teams, elite teams, you could say.
Yeah,
Obviously Derrick Henry has to fix the fumbling issues, and he didn't even play that good. 12 carries, 50 yards, a touchdown, yeah, but who cares if you have 50 yards.
exactly.
Um, but and I don't know, man. It's just like Lamar obviously is good.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying he's not.
Nope. We're not.
Um, and he honestly has. He's gotten way better. And it's really impressive to see his progression in the league because when he first started, people were just saying, "Oh yeah, he's a running back. All he can do is run." He just, I mean, he played so good last night. Not so good, but 21 for 27, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's a good
It's a
game.
very good game. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say he's 100%. Like, would you say he's top 5? Would you say he's top 5?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's won 2 MVPs. You have to put him in the
Yeah.
top 5.
Right.
You have to.
But as far as their receivers too, he doesn't really have too much to work with.
He has
Rashad Bateman,
nothing. He has nothing.
Mark Andrews, who's old and not very good.
Yep. Same with
Yeah,
DeAndre Hopkins. He's a shell of himself.
yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah,
mean,
DeAndre Hopkins, he had that one good catch a few weeks ago.
yeah, and Zay Flowers. I mean, he's hit or miss too. He's super inconsistent.
Very inconsistent. Yeah, he is.
Um,
Yes.
I just yeah, that he. In fairness to him, he doesn't have a lot of help, but he's supposed to make up for that with his legs, right? And
Yeah.
I haven't been seeing that this year. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel Baltimore. I mean, something always goes wrong. We talked about this in week 1. Something always goes wrong with them. And it's never the same thing. You can never point to one thing, but something always goes wrong and they always choke the game.
Yep.
And it's constant. It's constant. It always happens. At this point, I'm almost more disappointed in Baltimore than I am the Steelers. Because at least the Steelers, I know what they are. Baltimore is supposed to be a perennial Super Bowl contender, and they are always unable to win and even get. They haven't even. Lamar's never been to a Super Bowl. I mean, it's insane to me. It's so frustrating. And again, I'm a Steelers fan, and I say that. I mean, the team's infuriating to watch, man. They're infuriating.
Yeah, and their defense needs some help. They need Jair Alexander back. Yeah, he didn't do that great a few weeks ago, but uh, but on paper they should be able to stop these guys. They have a great defense with Marlon Humphrey, Nate Wiggins. Yeah, Jair Alexander's hurt. Kyle Hamilton and Roquan Smith, and there's more. They shouldn't be allowing 38 points. I understand the Lions are one of the top teams in the league, but 38 points, come on now. That's a disgrace. And you're the Ravens. They're known for having good defenses in the past.
Yeah, yeah. And also, last thing, uh, Ravens. My God, the penalties. This is on John Harbaugh. Their penalties,
Yeah.
obscene. I believe there were 13, 14 penalties. Inexcusable. Inexcusable. I don't care who's on the other side. You cannot get penalized that many times on a Monday night game at home. I mean, that is embarrassing. That's like when the Cowboys had 15 penalties in that playoff game against Green Bay. You look at it and you're like, my God, what are we doing? Like the penalties need to get cleared up, and that's all on John Harbaugh. That's all on John Harbaugh. That's all his fault in my eyes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be curious to see where the Ravens go from here. I feel like they kind of have a path forward. Um, the Chiefs are not what they were. Do they win that game? Let me ask you that. When they play them next week, do they win that game?
Yeah, I think they do. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be a good game, but the Chiefs have no receivers. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, they have Patrick Mahomes, but he can't do everything.
Nope.
Unless he, throws the ball to himself. But
Yeah. No, I
I
agree with
mean,
you. I think they win that game. I think the Chiefs just aren't. They just aren't competitive. Pat can only do so much.
yeah, and he's great, but yeah, I'm sorry, they're just not that good. It's
They
just
aren't. They aren't.
and yeah, they're plagued with injuries. You can't control that, but that's just how the game goes. And
Yep.
if you don't have a healthy team, you're not going to win anything. So
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%, 100%.
especially at the receiving position, 'cause, like, teams, yeah, if they have 2 good receivers, they can get away with it, but, I mean, the Chiefs really don't, so
Yeah,
yeah, they have Travis Kelce, who's, versatile, but, I mean, he's older, so and we've been seeing a decline in production the past 2 years now,
definitely. Def
yeah, I do think the Ravens win that game. It'll be close, but I mean, they'll win it in the end. They're not gonna allow 38 points, I can tell you that.
Yeah, definitely not, definitely not.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I have on that game. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, guys, so thank you so much for listening to episode 4 of Catching the Facts here on the Catching the Facts official podcast network. Looking ahead to next week, in terms of the NFL, there are really 2 big games. So the Vikings are playing the Steelers in Dublin because apparently we have to cede airtime to the Irish and get the Irish interested in football. Why, Eric, let me ask you this. Why are we prioritizing Europeans? Please explain that to me. I'm sick of the games in Europe. I'm sick of the games in South America. No country other than the U.S. cares about football. Let's just be
But
honest.
see, I don't know, man. Do you see how many people go to those games in their different jerseys and they're singing along? And I
I,
mean,
I guess I don't know. I feel it's a complete waste of time. But the
I'm
NFL probably makes so much money off of it
like,
that they don't care.
I think it's good they're doing it. Get fans interested in the game elsewhere other than the U.S. because it's such a U.S. based sport.
It
Only people
is.
care about in the U.S. But I think they should make it to where it's a normal timed game. This game does not need to be on at 9:30 in the morning. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
9:30. That's like what 2 p.m. in Ireland. They can make the game at like 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it
Yeah.
would be like a 7 o'clock game in
Exactly.
Ireland. Make it a night game.
Those
So
those players those players can wait till 7 to start the game.
yeah, yeah,
They're
100%.
professionals. So I agree with you. The start time's ridiculous, but well, yeah, we'll see what I mean. Those 2 teams are pretty good, so that'll be a decent game to keep an eye
Yeah,
on. And then the other big one, obviously, Sunday night, Micah Parsons' return to Dallas.
yes,
Everyone's going to be keeping an eye on it. I just said I'm predicting Parsons to go nuts. Because he's going to be pouring his blood, sweat, and tears into that game, and we'll see if the Packers can rebound from this week's loss to the Browns. That'll be really, really interesting because if they can't beat a Dallas team that's flailing right now, they're going to be in trouble.
yeah,
Plain and simple, they're going to be in trouble. So those are the 2 big ones in terms of the NFL. Obviously, some other games could come up there, but those are the 2 games that at least Eric and I are going to be keeping an eye on. In terms of the NCAA, there is USC, Illinois. There are some other smaller teams. I believe Ohio State plays. Is this the Washington game for them?
yeah, it
I
is.
thought so. I know LSU and Ole Miss is playing. That's a pretty big game. But the game that at least I'm going to be keeping an eye on, for obvious reasons, is my Penn State Nittany Lions are going to be hosting the Oregon Ducks in Happy Valley. So that'll be a really, really, really big game. Easily the biggest game of the year so far, Eric. I mean, I think we kind of assumed opening week would be a great game, but then Texas, didn't show up, so
Yeah,
we can't call that a great game. But PSU and Oregon, that's a big deal. Georgia, Alabama, that college football is going hard next week, so there's going to be a lot of fun stuff to talk about there. Um, I guess Eric, I'll ask you this: who wins Penn State, Oregon? Penn State is currently favored by 3.5.
yeah. It's such a tough environment to play in,
It is.
especially with the night game. Are they doing? Is this the whiteout game or no?
It is the whiteout game. Yes.
Oh, oh my, yeah. Um, this is gonna be a great game. I mean, just two powerhouse schools just going up against each other at night. It's gonna be so fun to watch, and it's gonna be. Oh man, I don't know, man, because Oregon looks good right now, obviously, but
Penn State hasn't played anyone yet. Let's be honest.
I
I think it's
know,
kind of
no,
hard.
they have not.
I think it's really hard as a Penn State fan to
No,
just
zero
declare
confidence.
Penn State one of the top 5 teams when they haven't played anyone. We'll be able to say that if they beat Oregon. Um, this is gonna be a big game for them, man.
Yeah.
Um, it's gonna be a nail biter. I don't think neither team's gonna dominate. I think it's honestly, I'm predicting a low score. I think it's gonna be like 24-21. I think it's gonna be like a I think it's gonna be a really, really tight victory for either team. I can see either team winning. Oregon is a very good is very, very good. Um, I love their coach. Their coach is great. He knows what he's doing. Um, that and let's just be honest, James Franklin has really struggled against top 10 opponents.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
he's really, really struggled. He's 1-17.
Oh my god.
You have to laugh. It's so bad. He's
Oh.
1-17 against top 10 Big Ten schools. Uh, I mean,
Wow.
let's be honest. All those
Jesus.
are basically against Ohio State and Michigan, but I don't care. That stat line alone. If you pick Oregon, I would not blame you. Like I would not judge you at all. So this is a huge, huge, huge game, for both programs. Um, we'll see what happens. It's gonna be fun. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, honestly, man, now 1-17, that's terrible. This is a huge game for James Franklin, man.
yes,
Um,
yes,
and we saw what Oregon can do. I mean, last year, yeah, they had a Dylan Gabriel, but um, I mean, they beat Ohio State. So, and then I mean, then they got killed by them in the playoffs. But
yeah.
to be, I mean, what? So Dan Lanning's what, like 2-4, I think.
That sounds
Um,
about right. Dan Lanning is.
against
Let's
top
not.
10 teams.
Yeah, yeah. He's. I still think he's a good. I don't care what that record is. He's an excellent coach. He's
Oh
he's
yeah, yeah,
he's really, really good. He's a top 10 coach in the sport. Just like James Franklin is. I mean, Franklin's overall record is excellent. But
yeah.
this is a critical game for both of them, and the environment's going to be insane. Unfortunately, I couldn't get tickets to this one. I've been able to get tickets to the Whiteout for the last couple seasons, but I was not able to get the Oregon tickets, sadly. So I can't go to this game. It's very sad. It's very unfortunate, but it's gonna be a really fun watch. And
Yeah, and
let me
it's
ask you this. Let me ask you this because I'm really curious to hear this. Who are you rooting for?
oh
Like, I'm sure you have to be rooting for Oregon, right? Like, I can't
yeah, yeah.
imagine.
I mean, but see, but like Oregon beat Ohio State last year. Penn State's never really a threat, to be honest with you. I mean, we
Sure,
beat them every year.
sure.
Um,
You're right.
so, but see, I would rather Oregon win because if just I don't like Penn State, so
Yep,
it's
yep,
just
yep.
like,
I get it. I
and
get
I
it.
mean, but yeah, it's a huge game. I mean, rematch of the Big Ten championship last year where Oregon did win,
Yeah.
45-37. So
In the
it's gonna be
game of Drew Aller's career, that was the best game Drew Aller ever played in his career. So,
yeah.
or if
And
he can,
honestly, man, I
yeah.
don't know about Drew Aller, man.
No,
Like,
no. I mean, no one is. I mean,
yeah,
he took a lot of steps. He took a lot of steps in the spring, allegedly, to really improve, his stat line and improve his relationships. I mean, to be fair, he had no receivers last year. You and I discussed that in the previous iteration of Catching the Fats. He had no
yeah,
one to throw to. Harrison Wallace was not the answer. Was not the answer for him. Um, I mean, I just Andy Kotelnicki is going to have to really think long and hard. He's the Penn State offensive coordinator. For anyone who doesn't know, he's going to have to think long and hard about how he adapts to Dan Lanning's game plan.
yeah,
Because that's going to be a game where both teams are going to have to adjust on the fly.
yep,
So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be really, really interesting. I think both teams have immense potential, but I think both teams are largely untested and have yet to fully prove themselves. So
yeah. I
this is
agree.
the game to do that, right?
I mean, yeah, Penn State hasn't played any, but I mean, Oregon really hasn't either. To be honest, I mean, killed Oklahoma State, but their coach just got fired.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. I don't
um,
that.
look, Penn State never wins these games, or I mean, Oregon's beatable.
Right.
Um, but that being said, it's a long-winded answer, but I do think Oregon does win. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from, man. I
not
think
by much though. It's
I
gonna be
think
close.
Yeah, no, I truly believe it's going to be a nail biter. If either
Yeah,
team blows the other one out, I will be shocked.
very surprised. I'll be very surprised.
I'll be shocked. So, we'll keep an eye on that one. That's obviously the big one, but yeah, Alabama, Georgia, LSU. There's some big games. So, hell, we might even try to find time to talk about Ohio State because Washington is not that bad, and we have yet to talk about your team, and I kind of feel bad about that. I mean, to be fair, we haven't
Uh,
talked about Penn State
well,
either.
we talked about them when they played Texas, but
That's fair. But we haven't really given them some time in a couple weeks, so it'll be fun to circle back to them. We'll see how they do against Washington. I suspect that'll be a 40-point game, but um, we'll see what happens. But yeah, a lot of fun stuff in college next week, right? So that's really really exciting. Um, so yeah, that's it for me. What about you? Do you have anything else to say?
yeah,
Any
that's all I got.
predictions? Any other big picture things? Any other Dabo Swinney beatdowns?
I
No.
could go on all night. Bring that up, sweet.
Well, I don't have all night. We gotta go. I don't know. So yeah, guys, that is it for episode 4 of Catching the Facts. We look forward to talking about all those games and more next week. As always, new episodes of this show air Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on both YouTube and Spotify. So please check us out on both platforms and give us a ton of support. Until then, I'm your host, Dan Sisk,
I'm Eric Schroeder.
and we'll see you then.